Like and subscribe if you enjoy the stream.
What is up, everybody? Dr. Jones here at the FPL Fusion Propulsion Laboratory. The base is built, but this place is a shit show. It's super hot here. I just can't stand being here. Being in the biodomes, there's leaks along the seals, so even down in the subterranean, I don't have a clear path. But what I want to show you today is the reason I'm sticking it out here. All these elements are some of the pieces that you need to build the Fusion Igniter. Now I have built, I always forget here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 65, plus I have one on my person, so I have 66 Fusion Igniters right now. On the rough average, they're selling for 180 million units for a stack of 10. I sort of crunched the numbers that I need 24 stacks to get into the billions that I wanted to do, but I'm tired of waiting. I kind of just want to make the money. I have found 2 star systems that are maximized profits for this, and if anybody gives a crap, reach out to me and I will share details. Otherwise, I'm going to hoard them to myself because I'm like that right now. Here at the FPL, we specialize in crafting and growing the elements needed that we can in this 6-planet star system that I have here. The base is completely subterranean. I revealed all of this in the hopes to stop this sort of organic rock growing that happens when you build subterranean now. I don't know if it's just because I had the tear that happened in the initial base. The Anomaly has pretty much just been concealed down to a corner now, which is nice. The big rip in space was a pain in the ass, caused a disruption with my video. Yeah. On the surface of this planet, because it's hot as hell, I can definitely grow out solar vines. This is not maximized for solar vines. This is what can I fit here. You could definitely build more. I don't know what's going on. I cannot remember placing one of these somewhere else, but I can't get more than 2 of these atmosphere harvesters to grow on this planet. So, that being said, I'm going to grab the sulfurine. I'm going to reload the engine. Grab the sulfurine, reload the engine. I'm going to do a rough grab and gather everything to just show you what it takes to make one Fusion Igniter. We might actually have enough from this initial crop that I have here to make a few. But I'm going to walk through all of it because I pretty much have it down. Not really honed in, but I feel like I grew what I needed to achieve the goal I was trying to. This is that sort of organic growing that I was telling you about. It just keeps coming back, and there we go. Oh, hello. Thanks for visiting. This was all excavated. I have a feeling that this is just sort of the state of terraforming at this time. So I'm not going to really rely too much on this. And honestly, the FPL is not long for this world. I'm going to get my money, get its worth out of it, and then I have a new planet that I've been scoping out that I'm going to do a video and show the build of that place, but that's going to be more just sort of vacation time and building for beauty and not really worrying about farming anymore. I like this idea of building a really elaborate base and then just abandoning and getting as much of it recycled as possible, so that'll probably be what I do there. Hot as hell. Constantly rebuilding my shield. want to go inside. Cooler inside. Alright, there we go. That's all the solar vine that I have at this place. There you can see underneath. I have excavated most of that, but I will take you on that tour at the end here. Just for safety's sake. Here's my message nodule that greets you. We do have the ability to buy and sell here. So if I ever really need something, hopefully it's sold on the market, like iron, things like that. I try not to, like, now that I've got enough money, I try not to mine if I don't have to. This is an authorized personality only, so good luck if you come here, because if my guards find you, they will probably terminate you. I'm growing one of each species. Just this is sort of my arc biodome, just to keep it going. I don't really need any of these for this purpose, but I'm just gonna go on down here. I built these carbon stations. I didn't even realize I could, but I really like the look of them. They have a nice feel. This like space bamboo with the gold in there. So I usually will grab some of them in the process, but this room is optimized to make one poison. So you need 600. You need 600 fungal mold, and the mordite you need 25 to make one poison. So that's what this room is based on. Over here, you can either go downstairs or you can head over to this side, and this side has more. See what I'm talking about? The seals on this place are not holding well, because I shouldn't be feeling the effects of the outside right now. I should be in contained space, but I have a feeling that some of that was the anomaly. I don't know. It doesn't seem to affect the same way every time. It seems like these doorways don't have the same shielding. This is a glass farm. I really needed it when I wanted to build all these domes. I don't really need it now, so if I was going to optimize this place, I'd probably rip that out. This guy basically is one portion of what you need to get the polyfiber. I'm going to go to the right page here. Yeah, you need polyfiber first, and then you need circuit board. Circuit board is the heat capacitor and the polyfiber combined. But to do this, you will need cactus flesh and star bulbs. So I make a lot of star bulbs because they seem to be the best return on a grow. That's all I've got over here. Sorry, hey, welcome, what's up? I get confused sometimes as to what's going on in this build because it was kind of forced by this weird grow. So I've got 2 star bulb biodomes, and I've got my guard down here. This is the secondary exit, so you can sort of see down into the cavern space. That message module used to be the far corner of the tear that happened in the anomaly, and the reason I don't want to be here anymore is because I can't do anything to actually get rid of or change this message nodule. So that leads down here. I'll just show you the anomaly as it stands. It's down in this far corner. Oh, and it healed itself on this load. It comes and goes, but you can sometimes catch. Oh, there it is. So this is really all that's left of the anomaly. If I step through there, I'll go into an eternity of hells. So not going to do that today. Going to continue here. This is the sort of like subcontinent floor that you can't penetrate through. The anomaly let me actually build way beyond that boundary. It was really cool. I had a stairway to the abyss. What I was trying to do was build the lowest point I could, so if I ever did fall through the planet, I could just go to that lowest point, but I realized it was kind of a fool's errand. So getting back on track here for making a fusion igniter. This dome, don't worry about this dome. This dome was pretty much built for making lubricant, so I could build atmosphere harvesters and mining harvesters. This is the last remnant of the rock that kept growing in here, but that is stopped. So I don't know what drives that behavior. My previous base was completely subterranean and didn't have this problem, but I did have a lot of load problem. It was laggy as hell. This Cactus Farm way overproduces, and as you know, this is a 1-to-1 ratio. So it takes 100 cactus to plant this guy, and it gives you 100 cactus. So you can make 1,300 cactus flesh. You don't really need it. If you're going to optimize this build, I would try and work that out, but I might do that in my next phase. This is another poison, so I can make 2 poison from this station just through 1 grab. I am full up right now, so I'm going to see what I can actually burn through here. So I wanted to put sulfurine in my ship inventory. I don't need the copperite right now. The selenium, I could go pick, yeah, I'm going to go pick that glass and just show anybody who is just joining again into No Man's Sky. There's a lot more you can build since the very first build of the game. And I feel like there are thousands of farms out in the world that are focused on one type of farming or another, and I just chose to optimize it for this path of building Fusion Igniter, because I realized like the components aren't that complicated. You just have to have a real great understanding of what you're trying to get to. Okay, so this allows me to build more heat capacitors. So I'm gonna get rid of some of that right now and just open up some of this. God, so much selenium. Okay. Alright, we've run out now. Alright, I'm gonna store you. No, I'm not. I'm gonna leave you here, I guess. These guys can go on the freighter for now. Alright, so I think I've got everything I need on this planet. What I need to do now is go visit my other radial planets. Oh, come on. I have a 6-planet star system here. I have... It's not quite dark yet, so I can't turn my stupid ass flashlight on. That's part of why I don't want to live here long term. This is a great dark site to just like clandestinely make money, but it's terrible for being able to navigate around because it gets so dark. So dark. Oh, I need to call up my freighter. Oh no, I don't. He's here. Thank you, Captain. I am riding in my boxy Volvo freighter that I just bought for space. I started running out of space with my other couple of freighters. I have 3 freighters and I have 3 sort of S-class pointy nose and a squid ship, along with my big old freighter here. It's a C-class. I'd like to get it upgraded, but that's part of my journey right now for building the Fusion Igniters. I currently have $210 million. I want to get that into the billions, just to see what we can build. So this is my freighter space. Up here I have another garden growing. This one was sort of optimized towards building the explosive, liquid explosive. And that was when it was still, this is what I don't like about my S-Class. Why does it always do this to me? Tall ass tall boy. So I like coming up here to do my igniter crafting because I've got my multiple crafts, but I just want to sort of show the state of my garden right now. I retooled this whole area because I didn't really even understand about these carbon gardens, so I added a carbon garden up here, shrunk the space, optimized it, and then threw my storage capacity along the two sides on the edge here, 5 and 5. I'm so glad the previous update, it may have been 1.37, 1.3, I don't know, but they added this idea that you can ship to the storage container inventory. It's pretty handy. So I've just chosen to put this on my ship and just always have this at the ready. So I've also noticed if I stand in that garden area, I don't have access to my full inventory. It sees it as like an off the grid space, so it's nice to at least be within this door space, but you're even safer if you're actually down here in the hangar bay, because then you can travel from ship to ship. I might actually retool the landing and get this center console all my freighters. So bear with me for 1 minute as I shift things around. I'm gonna put him in row 3. And this is my S-Class, the Sylvanar. I do have some cactus flesh and stuff in here. I'm not going to grab it. Just I'm going to show you grown only. You can understand, like, once you have the stuff, how easy it is to make a couple $100 million. Alright, so you need to pull out here a little bit, otherwise the tractor effect will sink you in. And it sort of sucks lined up on that center. No. Put me in aisle 3. It's okay, I guess. All the freighters at the back then. Alright, so using this guy's inventory, I have the basic elements that I need. I'm going to walk through real quick here. I need sulfurine and carbon. Sulfurine and carbon make my thermic condensate. I have 5 of those, so I'm going to Julia Childs this and not make any of those. The next thing that I need is the enriched carbon. And that one, depending on where you are, in my previous build, it was really easy to get this thing built because I had a lot of nitrogen around. Right now, I don't. I'm sorry, radon. So, let's go complete the cycle, which, maybe, no, this guy is too full, and he's got some thermic condensate on it, so this game certainly promotes hoarding. My 2 ships here. This is my main ship that previously, because of a technical error, was known as the Corbin Dallas. It's now the Kucherchet, and I don't want to rename it yet, but this has some components here. Maybe I'm gonna drop this selenium so don't have to deal with this. I don't need the copperite. Don't need the frost crystal right now. I don't need the copper. Well, maybe I do. Where's my main build here? Okay. So I've gotten into the practice of I don't want this freighter anymore, this boxy Volvo one, so it's the one that I'm driving with because I want to at any time be prepared to pick up some new incredibly amazing ship. Alright, let's take a quick tour around this star system. Oh, sorry, I gotta do some work real quick. I might have to go back in for the... fighting with, but you can always run back to the freighters I need. I think I'll be okay though. I did put my shields up on this freighter because I did know I was going to be running around out here for a while. It doesn't have great weapons, that's the problem. The other ships that I've got. I don't love it that these guys are helping now. This is kind of an annoying part. Because if they get in the crossfire, then they get pissed off at you because you're shooting at them. Alright. The neighborhood I'm in is a fairly conflict-filled place, so I always have to be ready for that sort of encounter. This is my main base. There is my portal. It's about a 10-minute drive. This is my mining cluster. It does iridium and copper, I believe. There is, on this same planet, there is a trade base, but I think I got rid of it so I could mark some more materials out in the space. So let's go to the next planet over here. I believe I colored this green for nitrogen. So we're coming up over the Penumbra. Obviously that planet over there has a lot more. I've done a lot of scanning, and I don't have it on this ship, but I utilize the economy scanner, which is in this sort of press down on the directional pad settings. This is a good time to refill, and there's relative peace. So we'll go to that next cluster of stuff over there here in a minute, but here we're going down to Lodingu Archon. This is a paradise planet for some nitrogen. Some beautiful little islands here. It would be a nice place to settle, but it's so boring. I need a little adventure in my life. The new space I want to build in is pretty beautiful. It's got a lot of color, and it's a lot brighter at night. So I think that's where I'm gonna build my final vacation home for a time until I plunge through the center there. So I couldn't find a lot on this place, and I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time. I try to always set up around a trading post because they say that you get better prices at trading posts, but I don't know if I agree necessarily. Alright, so I don't live here, I just set up this sort of little space here. I don't know if other users can actually find this signal booster and other stuff, but it's here. This is where I pick up my nitrogen, one of 2 spots, because I found that thamium refills with the least amount. Plutonium takes 50, whereas thamium I don't know. Maybe plutonium is better. That's weird. Anyway. So I picked the nitrogen up. Just scanning cursory. I don't believe that there are any mining units that I've built here yet. I am in the sort of the process of getting the mining units optimized on this planet, and then you know, putting 3 on each planet that I also have gas harvesters. But this one's got a lot of fauna on it, and I don't necessarily want to just pollute that space. So now we're going to go over here. This is my radon planet, and this is by far the most proliferated planet with resource, like habitable bases and portals and things like that. It's a cold planet, so I don't give a shit about cold planets other than their radon. I think I do have, it looks like I may have a copper. I'm basing these colors off the material that's at this site. That's what I'm sort of marking. So I have a feeling this is my radon beam, and this one I think goes to the trading post. And I can never remember if I have a copper or aluminum mine. I think there's 2 elements being mined at that orange star. So we will find out in a bit. Off in the distance there you can see sort of a gray star. I believe that's a nickel mining facility because that atmosphere has no atmosphere to it, so that was kind of a bust. But as long as you have the 3 atmospheres of sulfurine, radon, and nitrogen, you're going to be okay. You need 500 pieces of each, so that means you need at least the 2 atmosphere harvesters, if not the 3 tops that you can have. But if you have 2 planets generating that type of gas, then you're going to get double, so you can sort of maximize your load. And remember, like, one fusion igniter is $180 million base price, right? Like, that's madness, but... Or not 1, but 10. A stack of 10. Alright. Refreshing beverage. So this planet is my radon harvesting planet. 250. Someday, maybe I'll actually do a study of red energy and which one is actually the best to fill up with. But right now, I don't care. Right now, you gotta love the one you're with. So plutonium, you're that thing. I think I always try and check a trade post, and not necessarily for the lower level stuff. Like, I might need some plutonium, so I'm just gonna see if I can just buy a good amount. But sometimes they will sell key components like the radon or copper. I think I purchased copper here, but I have shit tons of copper right now for this demo, so I don't really need any of that. But always keep in mind that these guys seem to have a different type of... What the hell? Oh. Alright, so we're going to move on to the orange star. See, even this planet is super dark, and I think it's just because the atmosphere here is like black. We're very close. We're just knocking on the center of the galaxy here, so it's almost like this is like the oldest, darkest part of the galaxy. Okay, so this is just a copper nodule, I think. I'm not actually going to stop this time because I think I have everything I need of copper. Okay, but that, you see what I'm doing. Like, I'm trying to make a natural source available easily. Get up in the upper atmosphere here. So that one's off planet. This one's radon. That one is the one I was at. Let's go take a look here. This is another star planet. Or star bowl planet. Bountiful. But it has hot rain. So boom. Boiling hot rain. Alright, so these three rock elements, these are what you are utilizing the copper and the nickel and the aluminum for. I think it's Herox, copper, nickel, and then aluminum for that guy. Do I have any aluminum? No. Nitrogen. Keep it. There's a lot of space in between, and you need a lot of, just for one fusion igniter, you need fungal mold 600, solarium 200, sulfurine 500, radon 500, copper 125, aluminum 125, nickel 125, iridium 125, iron 125, carbon 250, frost crystal 100, star bulb 200, cactus flesh 200, and mordite 25. So that's what I'm working on here, is building a really easy course to just get all of those materials for the recipe ready and just digestible so you can just produce. But you can see that running around is not easy. I'm working on figuring out a couple of different portal addresses that I can get even more of the elements from one particular spot, but that has not been an easy course. I haven't been able to focus time and energy on gathering what I need. You sort of have to choose a path in this game of like, what are you doing? How do you want to maximize that build? And right now I'm trying to maximize on building this FPL, the Fusion Igniter. As soon as this is over and I've made a couple $1 billion, I've heard that there's an algorithmic cap around 4 billion XXX, and I'm gonna try and get as close to that as possible, but I'm also like, I'm tired of making money in this game. This is another planet I found that I could only really build the two. I've never really built anything else on this planet, yet I'm inhibited to build any more of these harvesters here. I don't know if that cap is happening because I've built so many in this entire galaxy, or not this, but this solar system. But it should be 3. The cap should be 3. Now, if I run through that portal there, I go to a guy on YouTube that I don't remember his name, but he has an awesome farm that I'm not going to talk about in this video, but you should definitely check it out. I'll try and leave the address in the comments section here. We're going to go on to, this is a hostile planet, so that, see those guys up there? These are the one animal I've found here. They're pretty cool, but that's why I think the sentinels are hostile here. There may be, oh shit, there's one right there. Damn. Let's get back down there. What was he? There he is. Cool, you guys can see me actually find a new species on this planet as well. What a creep. I want to go check him out up close. That's cool. That's why I like this game. I'm gonna do one of these. Pull up the sun. Oh, look at that creeper. Just sneaking around back there, paying no mind. Meanwhile, there's no whales. There's no sky whale. Oh, there's some over there. Maybe they don't like each other. This game is fucking amazing. You gotta love it. Giant chiroblite shell up here. Trilobite. What did I say? Oh yeah. Go to hell! Ah, where is your friend? Come to me now! What are you doing? You are not dead, Sentinel. Alright, here we go. Let's get off this planet. Alright, now... Gotten some radon, gotten some nitrogen. I'm gonna head back to the ship. That's sort of where it's nice to do manufacturing. I do need aluminum, and I never remember. Maybe that's at this space over here, this yellow one. No, that's with the other orange. Okay, yeah, now I'm remembering. The orange stations are mining. So this is Satuchka. This is my main base, the hottest shit planet. I'm gonna hit... up the other side of the planet first, and let's see what we can get built right now while we're traveling. So pressing X, we can make some geodesite because we have all of the elements, but I want to show you how to build the elements first. So I think I need more aluminum. Iron. I got plenty of Herox. I seem to always be fine on nickel. So the next thing is acid and stable gel. Semiconductor is another one that you tend to run out of pretty quick. Semiconductor and the organic catalyst compete for material, because you have to make this other element, ammonium salt and enriched carbon, and those two can really be few and far between. I have this marked yellow, which I try to mark yellow as like gold making, but this might be where I pick up my aluminum. I can't remember. We'll see. Residual goop. So no, this isn't. This is just a place. I'm gonna pick up some more iron because I did need that. And I'm gonna pick up some plutonium just so I don't have to deal with my ship being empty all the time. And they don't really have anything amazing here. So we're gonna move on. I think I must have just marked this place as like a place to trade goods because it's just yellow. So this is definitely a material trading post because it's gray. It's probably nickel by my understanding, but let's go make sure. Let's make sure it's not aluminum. But I always have been marking the metal ones gray just to make sure I remember that. And I think the mining sites are orange. That's what I've been trying to keep consistent. I've been meaning to write this down, but I've also been building this structure, so please bear with me. I know we're heading up to a good amount in this video, so you're seeing how much time it takes to build just one of these fusion igniters. You definitely do need to go between these sites, but I think I want to do a payoff at the end of this video and actually go to a new site and sell. Maybe I'll just sell from this site because I'm here. That becomes the next level. Once you actually accumulate all these fusion igniters and you have like 60 of them, be smart and look around. Carry one fusion igniter with you. You're going to get attacked by pirates no matter what if you get scammed. So just carry one, because if you lose that one, no big deal. If you lose 60, that's going to be a big deal. And I've been thinking about like how does a money transfer car operate. And I think like what I'm going to do is I'm going to stock load as many as I can on my freighter. Then I'm going to load those into my hauler, but I will wait to bring up my freighter right above the trading post that I'm actually going to sell to. My current understanding is it has not been worth my time to sell these at a space station. The average price I've been seeing on the space station is 17 million per unit. The best I've seen is about 1975. So that's where I'm going to be ultimately selling them this time. I have found a second planet system that I was able to get a similar 19 price on. So that's why I want to move to that next planet, just because I'll have it sort of as like, if I want to make more money in the future, I can do another one of these FPL gardens. But for the most part right now, I'm just going to make this primary chunk of change and see where it takes me, because this update that's coming, I've read several stories about the updates and how they affected people variously. I didn't stick around on my home planet for a long time and actually like moved across the galaxy to get to the center, and then I spent a little bit of a time with the Geknip gang near a Savjaz planet system that I found in a YouTube video. That site was where I had the Geknip gang casino and resort racetrack and casino. It was a fun build, but it taught me a lot about subterranean building. This one has taught me a whole new lesson on subterranean building that I didn't even know was problematic. It was a really weird build, and I didn't document it well because I was just sort of like going through fixing it and trying to get that tear to come away. This is a pretty cool place that I've got a traveler in, so that has been nice about this 6-planet system. Nickel. So I can buy nickel here. I don't need it, so I'm not going to do it right now. We're going to head over to the orange. So I want to say that that's aluminum on Satuchka. A lot of traveling. This is a pretty big space. I mean, let's see. Reach cruising altitude and fire the warp drive. 43 seconds. Coming in on approach. You can see the engines of my ship there. I'm gonna land here at the orange spot. Then we're gonna head back to the ship to do some manufacturing. Seems like it takes forever to get through these spaces. Alright, there's the ship, so let's take it down. Pretty cool to see the scales of these ships. I really hope that they add some new classes and everything. The S-class ships were interesting, but I feel like at this point I'm now gonna try and seek out better S-class haulers just because of space. Like, having a ship with 19 slots kind of blows, so hopefully they come out with some like Corvega cool ass sleek stuff that's got a huge capacity, but maybe that's the role of the hauler, and they're trying to show that if you want to do a lot of mass freight, you gotta have a hauler. If you want to do speed and weapons, you gotta have the other classes. Alright, so this is a Heridium aluminum mine. I'm gonna grab this plutonium just because I might need it soon. Got some predators they might attack here. I have maximized this site, so it's got 3 autonomous mining units. Bingo bango bongo. I don't know why that happens here. That it suddenly, when it gets power, switches to Heridium. The Heridium rock does the same thing. It switches to aluminum, so it's no rhyme or reason. Maybe it's the vicinity that they're in here. I guess I do need to build another unit if I want to. But I don't really need this iridium, do I? I'll pick it up because I'm here. Okay, so that pretty much completes the tour of all the materials that we need. I'm going to save out, because I'm a smart boy. And I'm going to run over here. Look at all those little creatures. Skittering around. There's the predator. That dickhead. Nature is savage, man. He's going to get a kill. He's gaining. Oh, it's going to get him. You're out, my friend. Nope. Country boy can't survive. Alright, here we go. Back in the ship. We are going to take off. Head up to the main cabin up here. And I am going to craft Les Resistance. I don't know the actual French phrase. Get de la Resistance. Probably not. I am not speaking French. Yeah, I do want to get in the center console. Yes, cool. Aisle 2. Alright. Moment of glory. At this level, we can craft all the components. What's going on here? Why can't... Alright, so I guess I can do it here then. That's strange. Maybe it's because... I don't know what. I'm gonna hop out of this ship and go right over here back to this ship that's got the raw material on it. Actually, this guy over here... What do you got in you? Yeah, you've got some more of the dirty bronze. Circuit boards, nickel. Do I have nickel on my person? Yes, I do. Iridium, iron, zinc. I need mordite. Okay. I don't need podium. Don't need neutrino module. Don't need so much zinc. Gonna keep 2 stacks of each of those. Move this around. Okay, I think I'm ready now. We're gonna go jump back into our main hauler here that I want to sell. I keep as my sort of raw elements. I'm going to load all the raw elements up into it. Alright. Got one of each of these guys. The semiconductor and the thermic condensate. No. Organic catalyst and the thermic condensate. They sort of compete for materials. Because I need... Oh, I guess I need one of them to make that. The enriched carbon, that's the other one that I still need carbon, so I gotta go upstairs. That's what's wrong. Alright, I gotta run to the ship's garden to grab some more carbon. There real quick. Man, that's some bullshit. The jet taking too long. Gonna climb the stairs. Alright, back here at the edge. Oh no, I gotta replenish everything too, so I'm gonna need this carbon later, but I'm gonna pick it all right now for now. Gonna craft the ammonium salt, get it on the board. Gonna craft the enriched carbon, get it on the board. Now I can go to the second level, but I think I'm gonna first burn through all the first level components. So make as many semiconductors as I can, as many circuit boards as I can. Don't need that one as much, so I'm gonna move him to nowhere. Lemium. So you can make a couple pieces with just 500. Let's make some hot ice, or some ammonium salt. So I can either make the semiconductor or I can make the fusion accelerant. And the fusion accelerant is what I need for the third component stuff. So I'm going to do that right now. That's one path that requires that stuff for the freighter fuel. So that's a final level component that you need. I'm going to now make the superconductor, which requires the semiconductor to be built, and the enriched carbon. So you can see that that gets eaten up there. I'm going to make the quantum processor in the other inventory just to sort of show you how to keep them straight. I'll make these guys, I'll make one of them because we have over 5 already, just to show you. And I think that's all I need. You basically need to get to 3 main components over here in the freighter. You need the geodesite, you need the quantum processor, and you need the freighter fuel. So I've been obviously burning through geodesite, and I can make a lot of that because I have all those components. The lemium is the hard one for me to make. So right now I have 12 of those. Quantum processors are pretty easy to make because I grow most of the components for this. The gas is kind of the pain in the ass. Freighter fuel is the hardest one for me to make right now. It used to be the easiest, but these 3 components are what you need to make one of the Fusion Igniter. So there you go. We can make 2. Now, I don't know if I could optimize it better. If anybody has any ideas, I would love to hear your ideas. I've sort of just built based on what worked for me. I would like to optimize this, but I also feel like it's kind of a crazy thing to do. These guys don't grow great unless you have the hottest shit planet. These guys will grow everywhere, but they're slow. This guy grows sort of quick and fast. The callium, or the gamma weed, and the star bulbs, they grow pretty quick. The mortite you don't need much of, and you don't really need a lot of frost wart except when you're building the heat capacitor. I want to get these guys closer together so I know that that's where you make the lubricant, but they just sort of, I grew them where I grew them. So thanks for watching, guys. That has been Fusion Ignition Recipe 101. Hopefully you make billion credits, 4 billion credits, whatever you want to do with this, but it should be quick and easy money. Thanks for watching.